We are currently living through a period of peak digital friction. You feel it every morning when you sit down at your desk and realize you have been locked out of a critical cloud architecture dashboard because your browser failed to autofill a credential you created 6 months ago. The modern professional is managing anywhere from 80 to 200 unique logins. If you are still using the same 3 passwords with minor variations, like adding an exclamation point at the end, you aren't just being lazy, you are effectively paying a hidden tax on your own security. In the world of cybersecurity, we talk a lot about the cost of a breach, but we rarely talk about the cost of cognitive load. Every time you have to click that forgot password link, you are burning through your most valuable asset, which is your focus. This is why the password manager industry has exploded into a multi-billion-dollar vertical. But with that growth comes a sea of predatory subscription models and feature bloat that tries to lock you into ecosystems you don't actually need. Today, we are going to tear down the walls of the password management industry. We are looking at the heavy hitters, the open source underdogs, and the privacy purists. I want to help you build a vault that is not just enterprise grade in its security, but invisible in its workflow. Because the best security tool is the one you actually use. We are going to look at 10 specific solutions, analyzing the math of their pricing and the raw mechanics of their interfaces. If you are the type of person who values transparency above all else, Bitwarden is likely going to be the end of your search. It remains the gold standard for users who want everything for nothing. This is a tool built on the philosophy of open source integrity, meaning its code is transparent and audited by the global security community. When you open the Bitwarden interface, you aren't greeted by flashy gradients or rounded corners that look like a mobile game. You are looking at a utility-focused, high-density vault that prioritizes function over form. The mechanical walkthrough of Bitwarden is a breath of fresh air for those tired of limitations. On the free tier, you get unlimited passwords across an unlimited number of devices. Think about the math of that for a second. Most competitors will bait you with a free version, only to hit you with a paywall the second you try to sync your phone with your laptop. Bitwarden doesn't do that. It even includes basic sharing with one other person, which is a lifesaver for couples managing a shared utility bill or a streaming service. But why would you ever pay for it? The paid version is where Bitwarden becomes an absolute powerhouse for a staggering $10 to $12 per year. That is less than a single month of most SaaS subscriptions. For that price, you get advanced two-factor authentication, including YubiKey support, which is the gold standard for hardware-based security. You also get security health reports that scan your vault for leaked credentials or reused passwords. The power user workflow here involves the Bitwarden Send feature. Imagine you need to send a high-stakes API key to a contractor. Instead of putting it in a Slack message where it lives forever in a searchable database, you use Bitwarden Send to create a secure, encrypted link that self-destructs after one view. This is how you eliminate the trail of digital breadcrumbs that hackers use to map out your infrastructure. It is a tool for people who understand that security is a process, not just a product. Now, if you have a budget and you simply want the most polished, frictionless experience currently available on the market, 1Password is the undisputed champion. It is often recommended as the best overall paid manager because of its clean UI and robust family sharing options. While Bitwarden feels like a well-oiled machine, 1Password feels like a luxury concierge service. When you first dive into the 1Password interface, you will notice the Watchtower feature. This isn't just a basic scanner. It is a comprehensive dashboard that alerts you to weak passwords, data breaches, and even tells you which sites support passkeys. As we move toward a passwordless future, having a manager that proactively migrates you to more secure authentication methods is a massive win for your long-term digital health. Let's talk about a specific edge case scenario where 1Password saves your life. It is called travel mode. Imagine you are crossing an international border. You have sensitive corporate data or private keys in your vault that you do not want to be forced to reveal at a checkpoint. With one click, 1Password removes those specific vaults from your device entirely. They aren't just hidden, they are gone from the local storage. Once you reach your hotel and feel safe, you toggle it off, and your data is restored instantly from the cloud. The math of the matter with 1Password is a bit different because there is no permanent free tier for the full experience. Once your trial ends, you are moving into a paid relationship. However, they do offer a free password health-only option if you just want to audit your current mess. For the power user, the secret sauce is the 1Password command line interface. If you are a developer, you can inject secrets directly into your local environment without ever hard-coding a password into a configuration file. This prevents the #1 cause of enterprise data leaks, which is accidental credential commits to public repositories. If you are currently on a mission to de-Google your life and reclaim your digital sovereignty, Proton Pass is the privacy-focused contender you need to watch. Developed by the Swiss-based team behind Proton Mail and Proton VPN, this manager is built for privacy purists. The entire philosophy here is based on end-to-end encryption, ensuring that even the developers at Proton cannot see what is inside your vault. The standout feature that makes Proton Pass unique is the Hide My Email aliases. Every time you sign up for a new service, Proton can generate a unique throwaway email address that forwards to your main inbox. This creates a layer of obfuscation that prevents companies from tracking you across different platforms using your email as a primary key. If a site starts spamming you or suffers a data breach, you simply deactivate that specific alias. You are effectively creating a firewall for your identity. Mechanically, the free tier is incredibly generous, supporting unlimited devices and passwords. The interface is sleek and modern, integrating seamlessly if you are already within the Proton ecosystem. The math here is simple. You are trading the convenience of a larger tech giant for the specialized security of a company headquartered in a jurisdiction with some of the world's strongest privacy laws. For the power user, the integration with Proton Mail is the killer feature. Imagine receiving a recovery email for an old account. Proton Pass can identify the context and help you update your credentials in real time without you having to jump between multiple tabs. It is about reducing the friction of staying private. But before we get into the next high-speed option, there is one massive caveat you need to hear, or you will lose your data. If you lose your master password and your recovery keys for these high-security managers, no one can help you. There is no forgot password button for an encrypted vault. When we talk about speed and modern architecture, NordPass enters the conversation by ditching the industry-standard AES 256 encryption in favor of XChaCha 20. While both are incredibly secure, XChaCha 20 is generally faster to implement on mobile devices and newer hardware, which leads to a snappier user experience. It offers a lifetime free plan that covers the core features like password storage and sync. The mechanical experience of NordPass is tailored for the beginner. The interface is clean, minimal, and doesn't overwhelm you with technical jargon. However, the catch on the free version is significant. You can only be active on one device at a time. This means if you are logged in on your desktop and you try to pull up a password on your phone, you might find yourself in a constant loop of re-authenticating. The paid tiers for NordPass are competitively priced, often starting around $2 to $2.50 per month. This unlocks a travel mode style feature and more integrations that make it a viable contender for those who want a premium feel without the 1Password price tag. It is a solid middle ground for the user who wants a modern UI and reliable performance without needing to be a cryptography expert. A power user shortcut in NordPass involves its OCR scanner. If you have old physical notes or cards with login information, you can use the mobile app to scan the text and automatically populate new vault entries. It is a small feature that dramatically reduces the friction of migrating from a legacy, paper-based system to a digital-first workflow. RoboForm is the undisputed king of complex form filling. While most password managers focus strictly on logins, RoboForm was built from the ground up to handle the data-heavy reality of the internet. If you frequently fill out long applications, shipping forms, or complex financial documents, its automation is the most accurate in the business. The interface feels a bit more traditional than NordPass or 1Password, but it is incredibly powerful. You have a lifetime free plan for one user that includes unlimited password storage and data breach scanning. However, like NordPass, the free version is mostly limited to a single device. The math here is very attractive for the budget conscious, as their paid plans start very low, often less than $1 per month. The edge case for RoboForm is the professional who manages high-volume data entry. Imagine you are a real estate agent or a logistics coordinator. You are filling out dozens of nearly identical forms every day. RoboForm allows you to create complex identities that map your data to specific fields with a level of precision that basic browser autofill can't touch. For the power user, RoboForm offers a unique emergency access feature. You can designate a trusted contact who can request access to your vault in the event of an emergency. If you don't decline the request within a specific time frame, they are granted access. This is critical for digital estate planning. You don't want your family to be locked out of your financial life because you were the only one who knew the master key. Dashlane positions itself as the all-in-one security suite. Their free plan includes password storage and some security extras like dark web monitoring for your master password. However, Dashlane is one of the more restrictive options on its free tier, often limiting the number of passwords or devices you can use. The mechanical walkthrough of Dashlane is impressive because of its automated password changer. In the past, Dashlane was famous for being able to update your passwords on hundreds of sites with a single click. While this feature has evolved, the focus remains on automation and proactive security. The paid tiers are more feature-rich, but also more expensive compared to the competition. The math of the matter for Dashlane often includes a built-in VPN on their premium plans. If you are already paying for a separate VPN service, the cost of Dashlane might actually result in a net savings for your monthly tech stack. It is about consolidation. You are paying for a security dashboard that handles your passwords, monitors your identity, and secures your connection. The power user workflow in Dashlane is centered around its robust sharing center. You can share groups of passwords with specific permissions, allowing someone to use a login without ever actually seeing the password itself. This is perfect for managing social media managers or temporary contractors who need access to your merchant processing dashboard but shouldn't have the keys to the kingdom. Keeper is a paid-first service that is widely regarded as a powerhouse for business and family use. It offers a forever-free plan for basic vault use, but the real value is in its enterprise-grade security features. Keeper uses a zero-knowledge security architecture, ensuring that your data is encrypted and decrypted only on your device. The interface is professional and highly organized. When you move into the paid tiers, you get advanced sharing and breach alert features that are among the best in the industry. For a family, the math works out well because the administrative controls allow parents to manage their children's digital safety without infringing on their privacy entirely. A unique edge case for Keeper is its specialized vault for files and photos. While many managers give you a tiny bit of encrypted storage, Keeper's implementation feels more like a secure cloud drive integrated directly into your credential manager. It is a great place to store scans of your passport, social security card, or property deeds. The power user move here is utilizing Keeper's security audit logs. For a business owner, being able to see exactly when and where a shared password was used provides a level of accountability that is vital for compliance in industries like finance or healthcare. It is about having a paper trail in a digital world. LastPass is a long-standing option that many people started their password management journey with. It still offers a free tier, but it is important to note that many advanced features that were once free now require a paid plan. For example, the ability to sync across both mobile and desktop devices is now a premium feature. The mechanical experience of LastPass is familiar to millions. It has a very straightforward browser extension and mobile app. However, it has faced some significant security challenges in recent years that have caused some power users to migrate elsewhere. This is the anti-pitch. If you choose LastPass, you are choosing a legacy brand that has had to work hard to regain user trust. The math for LastPass is standard for the industry, but the competition has largely caught up or surpassed them in terms of value for money. It remains a viable option if you are already deeply embedded in their ecosystem and find the UI transition to another tool too daunting. The power user feature in LastPass is its robust folder system and flexible sharing rules. For a small team, the ability to organize hundreds of credentials into nested folders and assign them to different departments is still very effective. It is a utility-first tool that prioritizes the organizational side of security. Now that we have surveyed the landscape, how do you actually choose? The math is simple. If you want high security on multiple devices without paying a cent, go with Bitwarden. If you want the most user-friendly experience for your family or a partner who isn't tech-savvy, 1Password is worth every penny. And if you are trying to de-Google and want integrated email masking, Proton Pass is your best bet. No matter which one you pick, there is one non-negotiable step you must take. You have to turn on two-factor authentication for the password manager itself. This ensures that even if someone manages to steal your master password through a sophisticated phishing attack or a keylogger, they still cannot get into your vault. Think of your master password as the door to your house, and 2FA as the deadbolt. The transition to a password manager is the single most effective thing you can do to protect your financial liquidity and your digital identity. We are moving into an era of deepfakes and automated credential stuffing. The old way of doing things is not just obsolete, it is dangerous. By centralizing your security into a single, high-encryption vault, you are taking back control of your digital life. You are stopping the leakage of your time and your peace of mind. Pick a tool, set your master password, and start the process of locking down your future today.